Hey, what's up, party people? I'm Party Player Preston, your ultimate gaming entertainment DJ.
And critic. So,
I just got back from Paw Patrol the movie, and before I give you my thoughts, I want to go through with a little bit of backstory. So, right around when Star vs. the Forces of Evil ended, I kept questioning, what am I going to talk about on this channel?
I gotta do something for entertainment.
And so, I ended up getting,
Paw Patrol.
and like I said in the trailer takedown, I really did enjoy the series. I think it is a quality series. the first um the first season was very bland, like I said, but you got why it was bland. It was very much a growing series at the time. It was only appealing to the preschoolers.
And little kids that it was demographed to be going for. But then as it kept going from seasons 2, 3, and 4, it got
So widespread. And seasons 2,
3 and 4 are quality. But
then season 5
made the series take a
very bad step back. And I'm not saying that season 5 doomed the series to be
a failure or anything. Not at all.
I've been hearing from friends that seasons 6,
7, and 8 were getting the series back on track to being like its usual stuff. But the problem
with season 5 to me was primarily how it just lacked the creativity that was set up for you in seasons 2, 3, and 4. So many adventures were only given like 3 to
5 different
episodes, and that's it. They never utilized these episodes in creative moments again. Like, why not come back to them occasionally? I just don't know why they don't do that. And so, we then come to Paw Patrol the movie. This was inevitable. The Paw Patrol movie was going to be inevitable. People were asking for it for a long, long time, and people were expecting it, especially because it was so widespread. So, what do I think of it? As a past fan, and as a regular critic, it was pretty good. I liked it pretty well. It ended up being much better than I thought it needed to be. And it's relatively good for fans. I don't think this movie is one of those films that appeals to so much audience members that it's like Spider-Verse or anything. It's like Trolls, actually, where if you grow a strong connection to Paw Patrol, you'll genuinely like it. But if you're just an average moviegoer, this may not be special to you, or this may not be anything that's truly
meaningful to you, or it's
just kind of going to be a movie that's either just average quality, or it's going to be just something that you may not enjoy as much, and that's completely fine. Lambo Rocks didn't really enjoy the movie, even though he saw that his friend Dakota, my Post fanboy, was going to enjoy it.
So, yeah. So, what was it that I liked
about this movie, and what did I not like about this movie? What was amazing?
I think I can get through all
that very quick. So, the amazing parts of the movie. Everything with Chase was amazing. It was the best part of the entire movie to me.
Because Chase was my favorite character
back when I did Paw Patrol. He was a relatively good character, for me at least.
And I don't think
that I almost thought the movie wasn't going to do him or anything or any of the other characters justice, and yet they did.
They really did well with the pups
and even the other human actors. I think they did really well for what they needed to do.
Everything with Chase's
conflict felt so relatable to me.
And there were so
many moments that I was just saying "aw" for Chase because I just felt so bad for him.
As I genuinely
like Chase as a character. He's very relatable,
and I think he
stood out the most to me.
And the movie does concentrate on him
too, so obviously. I think they got the whole concept of Chase feeling
bad about
himself that he freezes up, or because of specific things happening that kind of take away the desired outcome that he needed, that he feels scared to really do
anything or make any improvisations or anything. And I thought that was relatable.
I get it. And then the stuff that Ryder has said in the movie and the stuff that Liberty said in the movie was actually pretty relatable too.
One of the
Heartwarming moments for me was Sky comforting Chase and getting him down from the ledge, which was pretty
sweet of her to do. I thought there were going to be
more of those types of moments, but there aren't. The only thing I genuinely didn't like about a good portion of the stuff in this movie was because it has such a fast runtime of 1 hour and 30 minutes, kind of like Trolls World Tour, it goes way too fast in specific motions. Like in the middle, it starts to get really quick, and you don't let the slow burn get to you, and the only time you ever let the slow burn get to you is if you're with Chase.
Which I get. But with the other members,
it's like, oh, we're putting the pieces together and we're figuring out exactly where Chase is, and once we do, we pretty much just go right back to normal with like one more emotional moment just to help Chase out, and that's pretty much it. I thought everything with Ryder was fantastic. I thought everything with Chase was fantastic. There were running gags in the film that I genuinely didn't like whatsoever. One of them was how the scientist had to dumb down everything she said every single time because people are just too stupid to get it.
And that happened every time.
And it was the last time when the scientist was explaining stuff to the Paw Patrol, and Rubble was able to get the joke. Well, not the joke. Rubble was able to get the technical talk, which was pretty funny. I also thought it was pretty funny to see some of just a little bit of the gags in the movie.
They're not
gags that I think I'd laugh at every time I'd watch it, but they still get a laugh out of me. There were jokes that didn't get a laugh out of me, obviously. Everything with Mayor Humdinger was still frustrating as it was back when I watched the series in the first place, because he is just
so egotistical
of himself. He put so many people in danger like 3 times because he's just an idiot.
But with the movie, I
asked for higher tension, higher drama, higher action-filled stuff, higher stakes, and I got that for the most part. I got that with Chase's drama. It was pretty emotional. I got that with Liberty's speech and everything. That was emotional. And Ryder's speech, that was also pretty emotional. Chase just doing all this stuff and feeling bad and everything was emotional too.
The animation is stellar.
I think that the pup's fur looks really good. The humans' designs, while they aren't great, you could get
used to it just fine. The gags are
okay for the most part. Some of them won't get a laugh out of you. I get it. Some of them don't. But there were still moments that genuinely got me to laugh. The other cliches... cliches. There were cliches in this film I didn't like. I already told you about the running gag with the scientist, but I'm talking about gags from the show. There are cliches in Paw Patrol that happen with every new member and everything. I knew Liberty was going to be a member.
It was very obvious.
Not because of the marketing. The marketing gives it away even though they clearly shouldn't have, because the marketing doesn't give a shit.
But I was meaning that
they build it up so much. Like, Liberty saying, oh, I wish I was a member, or an honorary member of the Paw Patrol, and stuff like that. And they were just building it up and up and up and up, and it just keeps going. Until they actually do make her a member. And, that stuff bothers me. Or, another cliche is how Humdinger continuously makes
problems from
stuff that he tries to do and then needs saving. That's exactly what happened in the movie. Is he's on top of the tower and everything, and he needs saving by Ryder. It's so predictable if you've seen the show. It genuinely
annoys me. But I didn't really mind that
too much. So the mixed feeling with the movie, I totally get. There are stuff I genuinely didn't like. There were stuff I thought were amazing, stuff that I did like. The gear was fantastic to watch, and the animation for it every single time was just so beautiful to look at.
The colors and everything
Were
were
beautiful. I just love it. But it just made me feel uncomfortable every time I watched Mayor Humdinger's pathetic stuff happening every time. And even like having moments where he's like, um, once he sees everything
going bad. He
pretty much just says, "Okay, just get in the car. We're heading off." To avoid taking responsibility for it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's so pathetic," and that's the point of Humdinger. He's supposed to be pathetic.
But I did like the voice acting for
The human characters,
the pup characters and
and even the scientist. The only I think Kim Kardashian's role was the only one that didn't
really leave any kind of impact on me.
me because she's just kind of there and only gets a few lines, and that's about it. So stupid. I think Ian Armitage and Will Brisbane do the best jobs in the entire movie. Really, they do. The chase
Rider dynamic
is really fantastic. I love every second of it.
And I like Chase's backstory.
It's very simple, but you got it. It's very understandable. And I think there were shots that I thought were genuinely beautiful. There was even one person who legitimately saw the chase, like doing the yell and then jumping across the cavern, the whole skyline and everything. And I heard them say that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, really? I don't know. It's just quite funny to like hear some of my audience, some of the audience members that aren't me, complaining about stuff like that. It was just genuinely funny. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I pretty much covered everything like that. So what I thought was amazing: Chase's stuff, Ryder's stuff, Liberty occasionally. That stuff was good. The stuff I thought was good. Animation is very good. Jokes are standard. Well, some of them are standard, but the ones that you don't see in the trailer are pretty good. And
They made me laugh a few times.
times just because I genuinely had fun with it. I thought the voice acting was pretty good. And I thought the pacing, for the most part, was well done, and I thought the story was well done despite it being simple. Some of the gags with the merchandise thing with Ryder in the middle of the movie, for those who
Know what I'm talking about, was legitimately
hilarious, and I love it. And even just a few different moments in the movie were genuinely
good as well.
What I thought was bad, some of the cliches from the show make it into this movie too. The stuff in regards to the scientist running gag. But yeah. Other than that, I had a pretty damn good time with this film. It did not need to be as good as it was, and yet it was. I was so terrified that this movie was going to not really do anything for me. But it managed to pull it off really well. And I think it genuinely works. And I think everyone got a different experience out of it than I did. Like Angel Ice Storm and Dominic, Geo, and Andrew, Gamer, GL, and all these other people that are going to be in a collab with me later on when we can figure out the time to do so. I think that everyone got a different experience, but for me, I genuinely got good graces back with Paw Patrol. And if I can have the time, I'm going to try and catch up with the series, at least. I'll give them that credit, because they definitely earned it back. And as a final note, I guess I can easily say my speech from Trolls World Tour's review
still holds up here. I think we should give movies like Paw Patrol the Movie a chance. It could be very good in some people's eyes, maybe not. It just depends on if you go see it, or if you're a fan, or if you're just an average moviegoer, but at least give it the fair criticism needed. If you don't like it, that's completely
fine. Just give a good reason for it.
Give good criticism for it.
but we'll see. I mean, I wasn't expecting people like Lambo Rocks to really like the movie at all because he thought the show was overrated, but it was just a situation where what this film tried to do, I think does well. And I think that's pretty much just it. I don't think Paw Patrol the movie was trying to be something groundbreaking or anything. I think it was just trying to do its own thing, and I can really respect them for that. But other than that's about it. And I hope I can get back into Paw Patrol if I can, if my audience is willing to see me do it again. And that's about it. I'm Party Planner Preston, signing out.